Hey, what's up, y'all? What's the Play Podcast, episode 201. We got Big Jon in the house, and we have our special guest, Michael Huddle Card, in the house. Mike, good to have you.
Thank you, fellas. Hey, congratulations on 201.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very much.
We rolling.
We are rolling. We got Dollar Group up in here. What's up, y'all? What's going on?
So Jordan, big bro.
Y'all watching the Charlotte Heat game? We over here talking before we got on. These guys are choking from the three.
And this being a playing game, to your point, why is Knoop? I don't care how bad he is shooting.
He's got to be injured, man.
He's got to be out there. I don't care if he's 0 for 10.
He has this blank look on his face.
I got it. What Kobe White just do? I just got a notification from ESPN that he did something.
Hold on, I'm watching.
He missed the last shot, maybe?
He did shot a three. No, he missed the shot.
He missed?
Yeah, he missed to the right. Rim, backboard, out. So we're going to start this show off, people looking at...
Yeah, I say he nails a buzzer beater to send him in overtime. Is it in overtime?
See what's going on here. Dollar Group said, what's up, Huddle? What's going on?
Tyler Hero actually missed a game-winning three as the buzzer sounded.
He did.
So
Charlotte doesn't have much of a paint game. I really haven't watched them this year. But in this game, they're trying to shoot jumpers and very little mid-range, living and dying by the three. And the kid from Sacramento, Big Jon, what's his name? The guard from Miami, he's having that. Him and Wiggins are having a heck of a game.
Mitchell, Davion Mitchell?
Mitchell is having a heck of a game.
Well, you know, he going to play that defense.
Yeah, he's playing defense on ball and shooting threes himself.
But when the Heat going to ever get out to play in? Are they going to actually be a real contender one day? Or are they just going to be in a play-in year in and year out?
I mean, they're not real. You know, let's face it. You know, they're not attracting the big free agents like they did the last time they attracted LeBron and Chris Bosh.
Yeah,
and I mean they're in a tough position because they're just good enough to make the play-in, which means you don't suck enough to get more ping pong balls for the lottery.
True.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
but if you draft well, the problem is they draft for cheap and want to develop for years and years and years. They don't draft the best talent whatever position they are. If they, get the 8th pick, they're not going to draft the 8th best player. They're going to draft a player that they can develop for 5 years. Like a Tyler Hero. Or what was the shooter that they traded?
Duncan.
Yeah, or Duncan.
Duncan Robinson.
Duncan Robinson, yeah. They pass up on good time.
But I think if you look, they draft the same type of player all the time.
They do.
6'6", 6'7", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". They're drafting like the same player.
But a gritty defender. They don't. Yeah. They don't draft.
So, Big Jon, let's rewind. Are you getting notifications when Kobe White is doing something?
I got a notification that he sent it to overtime.
Oh, okay. I was like, are you okay? I'm like, what's going on over here?
Big Jon's got the in, FD.
Yeah, man.
Hey, when it comes to Kobe,
he had a big shot though. He had a big shot.
Yeah.
When it comes to Kobe White, I'm all ears. Let's do it. It's my man. Oh, so we got that going on. This game, and the problem about this is this game, the winner has to play another game to actually get into the playoffs to be the AC.
That's right.
Yeah, they play what? They play the winner of Orlando. They play the loser of Orlando and Philly, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Man, I thought what happened with Orlando? Weren't they supposed to be really, really good?
Injuries bit them in the butt. You had Wagner get hurt. You had Banchero get hurt.
Banchero, yep.
And Desmond Bain and them are just not. That's just not.
No, I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't even think it's injuries. Paulo Banchero did not take the step forward that everybody thought he was going to take.
I thought he was.
Right?
Yep.
We thought he was going to be in this conversation with Anthony Edwards, face of the league type conversation, all first team, all NBA type conversations, all-star starter conversations. He didn't take that step. He didn't even take the step to get to Devin Booker's level,
It's true.
we were talking about this earlier. Number 1 picks in the NBA have not been doing well.
It's difficult. I
didn't even know who Banchero was when they drafted him.
Oh, I knew it. I didn't know if he was on that level, but I knew who he was at Duke. I didn't see him as put a franchise. When I think of number 1, and it can't be that way every year, you put that franchise on your back and you're taking them somewhere. I didn't see him as, but I didn't see Cooper Flag.
Unless you're the Atlanta Hawks and you get the number 1 pick when there really isn't even a number 1 pick. And you can't get anybody to take it from you.
That's right.
Oh, and then the guy you wanted didn't want to come play for you.
Right.
So you draft somebody else, sorry.
So then you get, what's the guy's name? Ricochet?
Yeah.
Tyler Hero can't hit anything right now. Miami's going to lose this game. Tyler Hero can't hit anything right now.
All right. Cade and Anthony Edwards are the last 2 that panned out or have panned out for number 1 picks. You got Flag, too early to tell. Ricochet. Well, we got Wemby, so we can say Wemby's planning out.
Yeah, I think so.
Banchero, Cunningham, Anthony Edwards, Zion, Aiden, Markel Fultz, Ben Simmons, Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yep.
Anthony Davis. You got Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Bennett, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving.
Anthony Bennett was a wild story. Like, what's up?
So you got to go back to 2012 till you get a surefire Hall of Famer at a number 1 pick, at Anthony Davis. I don't think Anthony Davis. I don't think he doesn't get into the NBA Hall of Fame. It doesn't get into basketball.
Huh? You don't think top 75 gets into the Hall of Fame?
No, I'm saying Anthony Davis. I said there's no way you keep him out of the NBA Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So what? There's an NBA Hall of Fame and then there's a basketball Hall of Fame.
Oh, it's all one, right?
It's all one.
Naismith. Yeah, it's all one.
Yeah, so he'll get in from his Kentucky days, also USA basketball. I mean, because they look at everything you do, so it's not like just the NBA. So a bunch of these guys will wind up, guys, girls, coaches. They all wind up getting in.
Hey, what do y'all think about Mike Malone going to UNC?
I was surprised. I did not think college for him. I thought he would be back in the pros.
But he probably wants to go somewhere where he can really run that show and not have somebody else trying to tell him what to do. And that probably lends itself more to college. And then we can see how Denver has struggled since he left.
Yeah, I think, look, college basketball is, is the minor leagues, right? I mean, you're going to get paid. Now you have Mike Malone and you add UNC together. I mean, now all of a sudden there's that kid who thought maybe I'm going to go to, whatever, Kentucky, or maybe I'm even going to go to Duke. Ooh, Mike Malone's over there at UNC. Let me see what they're going to have to offer.
That's right.
Yep, and he definitely, knows what it takes to be an NBA player.
Right.
To get him there.
Yes, he does.
I mean, you're going to play a pro style, so that's going to help you right there.
Mm-hmm.
You're not, from that standpoint. So I was surprised by it, but I was, good for him. Good for him. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. I hope it works out well.
It will be interesting.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's new with you? What catch the people up? What's new?
Oh man, so well, I really haven't been doing a lot of regular, card videos and stuff like that because I'm going to be moving. So Huddle Card headquarters is moving from Georgia to North Carolina. So in having to get the house ready to move, my studio filming area had to go ahead and get packed up.
Yeah,
You know, so it stinks, but I mean it's been good. It's in a way it has let me sit back and look at the hobby a little bit differently. Look at it a little different of seeing what was going on and everything. Because I noticed as I stopped doing the content, and then I started looking for more because I wasn't producing it. And I'm like, well, crap, I'd rather watch, right? So hey, I'm ripping open brand new product, whatever it is, X, but I'm not doing it, so I can't see it. So let me go to YouTube and see.
One moment.
And you don't see it as much as you used to. I mean, I'm really seeing, at least coming up on my screen and stuff, or suggested videos of opening up new product and everything. So it's interesting how it has changed through this piece and everything. But we're still doing our weekly live show on Wednesday nights, 9:00. We were doing Collecting Profit, and then it was very hard to do that show when it got extremely hard to collect profit in the hobby.
Oh yeah.
So it got hard. So I went ahead and I pivoted, and now we just do sports talk, kind of like what you guys do. We talk hobby, we talk sports cards, but we talk basketball, we talk baseball, football, we talk wrestling. I mean, we'll talk whatever the audience wants to talk about, or whatever just we feel like talking about that day. Stuff like that. And it's been good. Again, it's been a lot of fun. We're trying to get up to North Carolina as soon as we can. And then once that happens, the studio will come back, and then it's funny. I'm looking at it differently, but I do have a lot of product that I never opened. So I'm looking forward to just getting back and opening up the older stuff.
Understood.
From that standpoint and everything.
Very cool.
Trying to find some all aces.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, if y'all have not checked out the Wednesday show, definitely check out the show of Huddle and Firestarter. It's good.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you come on at 9. So when you come on, I'm just getting home from work.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But no, it's good. So you're building a house in Georgia, right? Or North Carolina?
We've already done it. The house is already built.
It's already built?
Yeah.
How does that process go? Well,
I tell you, it was. We started in August, and we got extremely lucky with weather up until the outside work had to be done, which was scheduled to be done in end of January. And then that 3 weeks of snow and rain and freezing weather came into North Carolina, and it just stopped us, dead in the tracks. And then even when it got warmer, we couldn't do anything because the environmentalist for the county would not let them work. It wouldn't let them dig on a septic system, because we're going to be on a septic system. We're not going to be on, on a sewer where we are. We're well off the beaten path. It's weird. It's like you drive through the country, farms and cows and all that kind of stuff, and then you turn down and you get to where the lake is, and it's just different. I mean, it's still country-ish, but it's it's super quiet. It's one of those things. We were there for a week, a couple weeks ago, and it was like, do you hear that? No, I know. There's nothing. You don't hear a damn thing.
Were you in the Outer Banks?
No. We are in Lexington, North Carolina, and we are on High Rock Lake. So we're more in the. We're about an hour north of Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah. But
not bad. So that means you're about an hour from Virginia too, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, the process has been great. The company we work with has been great, but it's just there are things that are hard. So I'm an engineer by trade, right? I mean, I work. I'm an IT engineer, but I'm kind of at that construction level of when you're building new buildings of what has to go where and all that sort of stuff. So I have a lot of construction knowledge I've had to gain and everything. And I remember when we sat down with the guy, I said, "Look, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to apologize right now." He's like, "Why?" I go, "Well, because I'm an engineer. I deal in retail construction, and the internet is a very dangerous place for an inquisitive mind when it comes to a engineer who wants to know more about home construction." So I was like, "Oh boy," I go, "but it won't be that bad. Trust me." But they did a great job. We're looking forward to it. I mean, we're really looking forward to basically retiring and and living on the lake and stuff. So that's what the goal is.
Very good.
Yeah. But speak of the, I know, did you see that eBay put out the news today about the starting in May? The final bid is the final bid. There'll be no more. You won't be able to cancel and stuff like that. There's no more. I handed my kid my phone and he bid $300 on this $27 card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is good.
I'm just happy I've never been a part of buying something and then the seller cancels. I've seen that. I'm glad I've never been a part of that. Never had that happen.
I had that happen once to me. And it was one of those things where now mine was a little different in that I forgot who it was. It might have been Brooks Robinson. I think it was when Brooks Robinson passed away. I was like, "Oh, I'd like to get a Brooks Robinson autograph because that's the one thing that you're not going to be able to get anymore." And a guy had one priced super low, and I bought it. It was like the day Brooks Robinson died and everything. And then later on that day, "Oh, canceled. I'm sorry. I noticed the card had a big ding on it. I didn't think you would want it." Yeah, okay. Sure. Yeah, and you take crappy pictures because there was no ding in the picture. So, stuff like that type of thing. So I had that happen once to me. Yep.
Hey, just so you all know, Tyler Hero choked this game off. Just choked it away.
Oh, they came back though. They only lost by 1.
Came back. He got fouled on a 3. Went to the free throw line. Tyler Hero didn't really handle his business. Charlotte comes down, hits a shot, wins the game.
Who hit the shot?
I didn't catch that. I heard the cheering. We'll have to see. We'll have to see it here. I can't believe you let a team come out and shoot horribly from the field like this, and you're going home. It's wild. Tyler Hero. So, Big Jon, I'm going to add him to the list. Please don't nobody tell me about Tyler Hero.
So LaMelo
Ball on the list.
Bruh.
LaMelo Ball hit the winning shot.
There you go. Okay.
With 4.7 seconds left.
I see him driving with the right hand off the glass.
So before we got on, there was a clip from Chris Broussard that said that LaMelo Ball has Hall of Fame talent.
He does have Hall of Fame. I believe he has Hall of Fame talent. Is he a Hall of Fame performer? Is another question.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is Hall of Fame talent. But Chris Broussard also just said some stuff about Shea that just didn't. Who Wemby is, and Wemby's never been to a playoff game, and how Wemby's going to be a legend, and like we're just stepping out on faith. So I really like Chris Broussard, but everybody has their moments. What do you think, Big Jon? Do you think he doesn't have Hall of Fame talent?
I include mindset and talent.
Okay.
And I say no.
Okay.
Right, because he has the silliest mindset, the most unserious mindset that I've ever seen as a basketball player.
I agree.
Like Ant may talk a lot, but you can tell he's serious about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's serious about it when the camera's on him and he's at the game. And it's not serious about it when it's 5 a.m. workouts.
Man. Yeah.
So
But I think LaMelo, I think right now is, he's still in the showman mode.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's still trying to do the crazy passes and all that kind of stuff to get the oohs and the ahs,
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you can tone that down a little bit, I think you would see a lot more of that Hall of Fame potential, the Hall of Fame talent come out of him.
I agree.
I
I really want Charlotte or Atlanta. I really want Charlotte to play Detroit.
Because you think Charlotte can beat Detroit?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
If they get that three popping, yes, I do. You got to think Detroit is 28th in the league in 3-point makes. That's going to be a problem if they come out bombing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some chirping already going on between those two teams.
And how healthy will Cade be?
Oh, I don't think he's going to be a factor at all.
Mm.
I think you apply some defense on that guy. They're asking too much of him to me.
Let's hope he don't get injured worse.
Yep, injured worse or have a serious health issue. Hectech, what's up? Good to see you.
Hey, Hector.
What's going on? Yeah, I think I wish that guy wasn't playing, but what I also want to see is the Rockets versus the Lakers.
That yeah. That one is that would be a very fun series to watch.
And the Lakers announced today that Luka and AR are out indefinitely. Sometimes these teams announce things, and maybe it's for the fan that believes these athletes are not human beings. But Luka Doncic is not playing in these playoffs.
Is he still? Has he come back yet, or is he still overseas?
I think he just came back.
Oh.
That announcement was for the bettors. That was for Vegas.
Yeah.
That was for your FanDuel account.
You're right. You're right.
So,
absolutely right.
So eBay stopping cancellations. Then you have everything coming out of the Topps conference this weekend. Main thing being the credit card. One. And I've been thinking about this all day, and I still think responsible credit card users are going to be fine.
Yeah.
Irresponsible credit card people are going to hurt, and gamblers are going to hurt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you've been in retail, you know every retail establishment has had or has a credit card.
Yeah.
You go, what was that? I was in Costco today. You want to sign up for a Costco credit card? Went into BJ's credit card. Going to Target red card.
Mm-hmm.
It's what every retailer do. I think a lot of content creators just overreacting positively and negatively.
Are there really people that are negative about this?
Yeah, that people are overly negative.
And do they have a credit card in their pocket?
Yeah. Well, they just get people more debt. It's gonna be gambling. But you also got people who's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get the credit card," and you don't even know what the APR is.
Right.
Like, I understand if you pay your credit card down every month, that's for you too. That's fine. Getting fine. That's why I say if you're responsible, you'll be fine.
Hectech says Fanatics presenting AR4 collections is funny. They're all about profit through gambling.
Facts.
I mean, but the reality is, if you're a company in the hobby, you have to be part of some form of gambling.
Well, you think about it the way you look at it right now. I mean, no matter what it is you're opening with, the amount of crap that they are printing, it is gambling. It's no different than going in and buying a scratch off, at 7-Eleven or at the local gas station, because that's really all you're doing. Because when they say, we printed 5 million of something, it's like, holy smokes, and
then when you watch the breaks, the reaction of the breaker, it's like you're at the roulette table,
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gambling.
Oh yeah.
Even buying signals and trying to roll a grade is gambling.
Yes.
Right? You're gambling what grade you get.
Yeah.
It is all.
Well, it's just, and then you have the other breakers who, if they're on, and I think it's a little bit more with, whatnot, but the guys are sitting there and they're going, hey, we're selling this break and these teams are going for whatever, $40 a pop. He goes, they should be going for 100. I'm not going to keep doing this and keep losing money and stuff. And it's like, hey man, as much as you want your buyer to gamble, you're gambling too as the seller.
Yes.
Something is truly only worth what somebody wants to buy it. I was watching, I saw a little reel today. There's an LCS in St. Louis, and they were talking about Topps Chrome football. And they are going to sell Topps Chrome football for $599.95 a hobby box. Their blasters they're going to sell for $40. And they said the caveat is they are taking the wrappers off of them when you purchase them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're tired of people, the scammers and the whatnot people of going on and then reselling it for, waiting it out and reselling it. I was like, wow. That's, I guess, that's okay. I mean, good for them. And hopefully, this way that maybe the people that want to buy it will buy it. But looking at Chrome baseball, what makes Chrome football work $600 for a hobby?
What are the chase cards? What are chase cards? What quarterbacks are we going for? Because who is that person?
Jackson Dart. Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders.
Okay.
Tyler Shaw.
Okay. Only person that can maybe in that group, maybe you should do it for a little bit to cause some buzz. Jackson Dart is going to be a concussion protocol.
Well, but I think the only thing you have to remember, it may not. I don't know how much people care about licensed product, but when you think about
they care.
So CJ Stroud, it's going to be his first licensed product with his autograph.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a CJ Stroud guy, then you love that, right? So some of these guys, it's going to be their first, Bo Nix. It's going to be his first one also. So I can see that being part of the draw, but not for $600 for a freaking box.
I have a very unpopular opinion though. Retail worries way too much about the secondary market, in my opinion, all over. You put it out at a price that you think is fair. Well, that was somebody buys it and goes and resells it for. That's not your concern.
But why is the concern? Because we try to understand how much of that we can get in our pockets.
Yeah, then sell it for more.
Selling at 600 and you selling at 9.
But then sell it for more. Fanatics already sells it to a shop for initial discount, whatever. It could be $6,300. And then you make them, once the secondary market goes up, you make them buy it for a higher price for the second, third, and fourth shipments of it. So you making your money as Fanatics off the secondary market pricing from these shops. What they charge for it, stop worrying about it. At times, I look at these policies from Fanatics, and you're just making independent contractors be salaried employees and be franchisees.
Well, I think what you're having, Big Jon, is you're having the owners of these shops. Let's face it, they're jealous that they sell it and then somebody else turns around and makes more on the box than they've made on the box. And for somebody, and they're looking at it from a standpoint of it says, I have this brick and mortar building that I got to pay for. I got these employees, that other thing. I can't afford to sell it at $700. I I can afford to sell it at $700. I can't afford to have no people walk in and go, I ain't paying $700. And then it sits there, right? So I think that's where part of it is. Part of it is their jealousy of saying, it sucks that I got to sell it for 6 when I know someone else is going to sell it for 8 and 9, and they're going to make, they're going to make just as much or more money than they are.
I agree, but if you bought it for 4, and you're selling it for 6, and you're making your $200 that you're supposed to make off this product. This is your product margin on this product. Every product you buy has a margin for you. So you're making the margin you're supposed to make. You're mad because you're not getting more margin somebody else is making. That's not your problem.
Correct. I understand that, and I'm just trying to think.
My problem is
from a business owner
from the top
who has a brick and mortar. Yeah, but I'm saying it comes. I think the problem you're hearing is more from the guys who have the brick and mortars. Those are the guys that are complaining. If somebody else buys it direct and they don't have a brick and mortar and all their stuff is online sales, they don't give it. Who cares?
But think about it, right? If you sell it to a breaker, Fanatic sells it to a breaker pieces it out and makes their product and makes their margin that way.
And they make a lot more margin that way than they do if they were to sell that whole case, case or that whole box.
Let me just ask this question though. I'm going to go somewhere and spend my money, and then somebody's going to take the wrapper off.
Right.
Yep.
What if I'm sealed? What if I like collecting sealed? I like collecting and having the sealed and hold.
We're trying to police something.
Right. You're trying to police something because you're not. But it's still, Fanatics is still trying to have, instead of having a bunch of Fanatics shops, they're just trying to have me and you open our own shops and then follow their rules because we have no other choice to, and basically be franchisees without the assistance and the security of a franchisee.
Yeah,
right?
No contract there. Yeah.
If I open a Subway, I got to pay Subway a certain percentage. I still got to pay for all my materials. But in that, I'm getting marketing, I'm getting insurance, I'm getting guaranteed that we're going to run these deals. Then you're in return, you're getting deficit. You say, hey, we're going to do $5 foot longs because it's going to make us a lot of money. I'm doing $5 foot longs. You said you're going to come up, buy one, get one free coupons. I'm going to do the buy one, get one free coupons and accept them. I get all the security and the backing from the name Subway to run this business. And they're doing that without giving them the same security because now they can play games. You didn't buy enough of this product, so you're not getting this product.
Right.
You didn't do this. You don't have a Martin POS system, so we're not doing this. You don't stay open 60 hours a week. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so I always advocated for Target to slice plastic when selling. That way more of their customers can buy one.
No.
Is this happening over here?
I gotta agree. I gotta agree with you guys. I disagree. I don't like it because, to your point, Big Jon. Like, I know there are certain product that I have bought. Like, for instance, when WWE Prism came out, the first edition, the first ones that came out, I kept a couple of those boxes sealed. Right? It's a special thing. Like, to me, Top Chrome football. I know, yes, we've had that type of stuff in the past, but it coming out now, there's going to be people who are like, man, I just want to hold on to this. It's the new one. I'm not, but that owner is making an assumption that every single person that walks in there is going to turn around, and as soon as they walk out the building, they're going to snap pictures of it and they're going to post it online to try and sell it. You're really selling your customers short. To me, if you're having that type of
so. Two things, right? When I was a kid, my cousin's husband, he had all the toys, all the action figures, all the comics. You name a Power Rangers, Star Wars, wrestling figure, he had it all in milk crates, still in the plastic. And I'm like, who can I pay? No, these are collectibles. I collect them. I collect them in packaging. Right? This is me being a kid. I just see toys. Right? But there are people like that who just collect wax. with no real intention to open it and just want to have it.
Hey Tech says, I remember the long lines at Target and hoarders and resellers who wiped them out. So let me say this. I believe that this is going to cause, try to think of the best way to say this. There's somebody's going to get their ass busted. Because if someone is at Target, not me, I'm all about peace. If someone is at Target and they're buying, if somebody's trying to regulate that, it's going to be drama. If somebody's go ahead.
But it is regulated at Target. Like for Pokemon, it's behind the service desk, one per person. One pack per person, one SKU per person.
But you know you can get around.
I mean, you have to get a nice cashier to get around it.
Slide this, do that, you know.
But it's one per person. Like I've been in there on restock night.
It's posted. You're right.
Mm-hmm. But seriously, for sports, you can grab it.
Well, let's say you're getting around that, and somebody walks up. What are you doing? Your sign right there. This is gonna be.
I'm minding my business, and you should too.
People, we can't regulate. What are we doing? What are people doing?
But this is what I see, right? So, like I said, my target, one per person, right? The adverse effect though is that Target said they're doubling and tripling down on collectibles and sports cards, and they want to sell more, but you're making it one per person. I've been in this Target 3 times this week, and the display is still 75% full. So you're not selling the product now because you're limiting it to one per person. Nobody's going to come back multiple times in a week to buy one pack. So now you want to put these numbers out that you sold X, but it's one per person now. And now when this quarter sums come out, that category is going to be down because you're not selling as much. You're not selling the quantity,
right?
And now you sell the product. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. But I don't see you're not doing the same thing. People resell Legos. You're not making it one Lego per person. People resell Levi jeans. They ain't one jean per person.
I just don't know what people's
it's under the disguise of collectors and the kids. We're to make sure there's packs for the kids.
Yeah, but you ain't pricing it for the kids.
No.
You ain't pricing it for kids. You know, it's yeah. I mean, John, you know, FD said it, you know, you're trying to regulate something.
Doesn't work
the wrong way, and for you know, for no good reason. If you're trying to regulate something just so somebody else can't make money, I mean, then you know why are you doing it? I mean, to John's point, he said before, look, I understand the risk if I own a card shop. I understand that I'm going to get maybe an allocation, maybe I'm not going to get allocation, depending on if I want to play by the Fanatics rules, right? But if I can only sell it for $600, because in reality, the people that walk into my store, that's the only ones that are going to pay $600. That's all I can do. I mean, you think about it, it's different, right? You know, FD, you come into my store and you give me $600 for that, and I'm in, you know, whatever town, even if it's like St. Louis or Atlanta or a big city, you take it and you go somewhere and you put it online. Now look at the size of your market. So I can understand, you know, so it's like, hey, don't get mad at FD because he advertises or goes for a larger market than you. You're the one who has that store. You know, I don't know what to tell you, but you know, you shouldn't be doing things to go ahead and hurt the person that walks into your store.
No.
So in retail, there's two issues. How do we get more people to come to the store? That's one big issue. And the second issue is, how do we get more people to buy online from our store? And if you have a shop and you can't get people to come to your store, what is your community presence like? Right? There's a shop.
Shops that have no website presence at all.
Right. But what if you can't get people to your store? It means you don't have a local community presence. There's a shop that just had to move and they move in the same plaza that I'm in. And I necessarily don't go to the shop a lot because they are overpriced. They are at market on everything or over. So, for instance, the 3-pack first partner boxes from Pokemon that retail $15. First day, that's something at $30. Out the door, $30 out the door already. But they are a TCG shop, so they have people in there playing Magic the Gathering, playing Pokemon, playing Lorcana on different ends of the night. So these people that come in, they're buying the packs and they're buying the cards, so they're playing the TCG game. And their sports president
right?
is
they need to buy the cards to play the game.
To play the game.
Right.
So they're paying $8 a pack for Destined Rivals. Yeah. They're paying $15 a pack for Stellar Crown or $60 a pack for XY, Crisis, whatever it is. They're playing like they don't have that much of a sports section, but I went in there and they had a Paige Becker Silver Prism. It was just like a $40 card for $125. I was like, there's no point in me coming down there, man, if you're gonna be overpriced like this.
I knew a shop like that once upon a time. They're on opening.
They've been open for years, but because they mainly do TCG.
Okay.
Like I don't understand it in my mind being that overpriced.
Yeah, there are two smaller shops by me. I mean, you have the big, Jeff Wilson Cards HQ, who one of their founders just went ahead and left the company. And I still haven't been there and stuff like that. But
repeat what you just said. What you just said?
So where I am, I'm near Cards HQ.
Yeah.
And one of the three founders of Cards HQ just left the company. He just left.
I didn't know that. Go ahead.
Sir. Yeah, Ryan left.
Yeah, Ryan went ahead and left. But like out of the two smaller shops that I will frequent that are near me, I don't know how honestly they keep the doors open unless I just go at the off time. Because I can honestly say, one of them, the last 10 times I've gone in there, I think maybe 3 of those times there's been somebody else other than me. And in another shop, which is a bigger one, they're in a more, the traffic is a little more there. But I've gone in there, and the most I've seen in there is maybe 4 people. So it's not like these shops are full also. So it almost makes me wonder, how are they able to keep the doors open? Some of them.
So I like we have Scott at EC3 Con, and he has a shop, and every time I've been there, shop's been pretty active, and he basically only doing Pokemon, right?
Well,
but if it's a newer pack, it's not even at market. It's like maybe a couple dollars cheaper than market, right? But it's a community. People are sitting there buying cards. They're sitting through dollar boxes, Pokemon. He does trade nights regularly, but he's building a community. And the shops like that, you don't hear them complaining about a bad Google review. You don't hear them complaining about pricing and buying people cards and what they have to buy them for. They just have a community. People come, we treat them nice. They come back.
Mm-hmm.
I think Huddle just opened the door on something I didn't even think about. I think some of these shops are financially hurting.
Yeah.
And this is their motivation for cutting plastic.
So, like, I will say the good thing coming on Topps Conference is the retail wax being a certain price for $60 for 60 days or 30 or 60 days for shops. Where they're going to be like blasters of different lower end product that they can't sell for more than retail for like 30 to 60 days.
Why do I want to go to a card shop? Well, why do if I have a Target right down the block from me and Target has Top Chrome football for $40 a box, and the card shop is 5 miles away from me and they have it for $40 a box. If you tell me the boxes are different meaning that, hey, you get better chance of hits if you buy from a card shop than if you do from a big retailer. Then I would probably go to the card shop. But otherwise, I'm going to go, you know what? I'm going to go a mile down the road to Target. I'm going to pick up one or two. I'm going to come home.
Yeah. Or better yet, go to Dick's.
Go to Dick's, or guess what?
Order online.
Go to the store. I could buy it online from Target.com and have it mailed to my house. You know,
game is changing, people. That's what we're talking about. The game is changing. So maybe that brick and mortar might become a website.
I don't, unless you can build a community and in a high traffic spot and get surefire allocation. I don't think opening a shop is the smartest thing to do. You just might as well ship and sell online off of eBay, Fanatics, whatnot, and do that.
So now, how long has that been the facts, though? That's been the facts for a while.
At least 5 years.
That's
you
right.
have to be.
Mm-hmm. Big Jon, I think you're on mute.
Did you hit mute or something, Big Jon?
No, I hear nothing.
Big Jon was dropping so many facts that just.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
He was spitting so many facts the microphone couldn't take it.
You gotta be you gotta be smart. You gotta be able to build a community, and you gotta be able to weather the storm. And a lot of people can't weather that financial storm.
So this brings up, I saw a video by a guy who talks about investment advice and how to run a business. And he brought up something the other day that a lot of business people popped out around the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And it was easier to run your business and make money because people don't have anything to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're in 2026 and we're getting to where you got to really know how to run a business. You got to know how to market that thing. You got to know how to ship, supply, advertise, do all of this, keep your prices right, understand your profit margin that you want. You got to run a business.
Yeah.
And there are people and there are businesses that won't make it through this phase.
I think
people
look at the.
Let me ask you a question, because you said about building a community. Aren't most of those building it around Magic, Pokemon, or Lorcana? And I'm just wondering, is it easier to build a community around that than it is baseball, basketball, football, hockey, wrestling?
It is, because you know why? We don't trade baseball cards like we used to.
True.
Right? We can still trade Pokemon. Even if I want to trade my cards, I'm going to play the game. Right? I want to learn how to play the Pokemon card game. I want to learn how to play the Lorcana card game. So it's easy to have people in and say, hey, I can teach you how to play this. You know what? We got a whole night, got 5 people that are going to come. And, cool. That's a lot easier to build than to say, hey, come to a trade night to trade me your Steph Curry cards. I mean, I think programs like the MVP buyback is a great way for Topps to help get people into card shops. But every card shop is not a part of that program. Right? They gotta send them off to Topps, like we would have to do to send it back to Topps. So you have that issue. And I think when it comes to sports is so tied in with the high-end market and not the actual collectible small market that 99% of the people are in. The 500 card and under, the 200 card and under, right? People, we see the big sales for the skins or for Jordan. But how many people spending $20,000 for PSA Jordan from 1997 on any given day? How many people is actually bidding on Fanatics Live for a Steph Curry rookie for $100,000? In one end of Topps mouth, they talk about collector in the sense that we're all poor. But same side of the mouth saying, "Oh no, y'all can afford an $800 box of football chrome." It's, there are a lot of times two things can be true at once. This ain't one of those times.
They'll make you make the decision. They'll make the end user customer make the decision.
Then now it's about to be summer, so we're making a lot of this in America right now. We're making a lot of decisions to do with our excess money, vacations, right? Dates.
And now we know our young people. We know our young people are not dating.
Yeah, but movies, right? Some good movies is kind of coming out. You just got the Chris Brown Usher concert announced. You got the Jay-Z concert announced. That's thousands of dollar tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just talk about the hobby. Do I go to Fanatics Fest? Do I go to the National? Do I go to the West Coast Card Show? If I have the money to travel to one of these three shows, I'm putting money up for that, plus the money to buy at these shows.
Mm-hmm.
So
there are studies, there's numbers, there's data out here about discretionary income. And when you make a certain amount, how much of that are you going to probably blow on something? So Big Jon, if I can keep you off that plane, that airplane, if I can keep you away from that trip, that road trip, if I can keep you away from buying
every time you rip a slap pack.
If I can keep you, every time you rip one. If I can keep you away from dating because you're not doing it anyway, what are you doing with that money that you're not dating? You're not going out $150, $200 on a date. What are you doing with it? So I want some of that money.
Yeah, spend $800. Take that $200 and save up. So you spend $800 on a box.
That's right.
My thing, you say the joy of collecting as the tagline for the conference, and then back in, the price of this box, this case is going to cost $10,000. And I'm not saying I want cards to be cheap. I'm not saying that. I'm not, let's say, saying that. But I want you to be realistic in how you pitch what you're selling.
Wait, why? Why can't the cards be cheap?
Because if the cards are cheap, that means you're making a lot more of them, and then there's no secondary market where there's no business side of it. If everything is $5 card, there's no secondary business. There's no whatnot. There's no eBay auctions. If they're all cheap, I'm not saying it,
and that is what has changed the game.
Mm-hmm.
There's always been card sales going on. There's always been people buying and selling. The problem was that most people, the ones that did not travel and everything, they did it at the local Knights of Columbus. They did it at the local VFW hall, or they went to the mall, like in Pittsburgh, when they do the card shows there. Mm-hmm. They weren't getting online and having 8 million people or whatever the number is on eBay, of people looking for cards and everything. That's where the secondary market and everything started to change more, when it got more popular on eBay, on whatnot, on those sites, because now it became available to more. Now my audience was bigger, so now I care more about selling it than I did, before.
Has anybody? You have a great point there, and I'm gonna accentuate your point back to this one question. Has anybody talked about? Have you heard anybody online talking about NBA hoops that just came out?
I haven't.
That's a cheap product. That is the everyman product.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's talking about top scrolling football.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even tell you. We looked at it last week. Me and FD was in hoops, but for life of me, I can't remember what's in there right now. I'm gonna have to go look and see.
No, you're right. I mean, it's funny, like you're saying, the junk wax again. I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard for me to not think where, if you don't want to call it junk wax, that's fine. You could call it something else. But when you're talking about printing as much as they are,
it's the 10x era. I'm calling it the 10x era.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the proper name for this, the 10X era.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying it's not necessarily junk. Because, there's something junky about the Wemby and Cooper Flag cards. There are more Wemby and Cooper Flag rookie cards graded than our Jordans graded for his whole career.
Yep.
So there's something to be said about that.
There probably more of those cards than there is Jordans.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, but when you come out and you take over and you say, I want to 10X the hobby, that partially that is making more cards so you can get them in more people's hands. That is part of that, strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be.
But Zarnay has it right there. Collectors versus retail and resellers. I mean, that is a big, part of it. I mean, let's face it. Again, there's always been people who have, bought and sold. But when you think about it, like back in the day, what did you really hear about? You heard about the T206. You heard about Jordan's rookie. You heard about Gretzky's rookie. You heard about the Mickey Mantle. Like, you didn't hear about a friggin' first-year player, on-card autograph 1 of 1 going for these stupid prices. Now you hear about, like, every single friggin' player. Con Canoopel, oh my gosh. Is the Aces card. That's a $9,000 card. Really? Are you kidding me?
See, I think rightfully so, we should be talking about Ohtani the way we're talking about Ohtani. I think he's in that category of GOATs currently playing. Mm-hmm. That's Michael Jordan's, Wayne Gretzky. I am okay. Whatever this market does, I have no complaints about it because at least he is currently playing and he is currently the best, the greatest player that 90% of people have ever seen play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What about Jackson Merrill, though?
Yeah, there's no way. What about Roman Anthony?
What about Holiday?
Did you see what Dana White said, right? He bought a Roman Anthony, I think out of 5 PSA 10 last year for $100K, and this year it's already up to $250,000. And he's playing like crap. Mm-hmm. His on the field started. His WBC was nice. Started this April, not so much.
Yeah, but heck, Tech, you're right. When the PSA 9 is less than something raw, yeah, because I think I already know. Like I would rather buy a raw card than a 9. Again, depending on what I'm trying to do with that card. If it's a player that I like that I'm going to put in my collection, I'll gladly take a already slabbed card because I like the protection of the slab, not necessarily the grade. But I understand why a raw would go for more because the price difference between a PSA 9 and a PSA 10 is ridiculous. So people are thinking, I'd rather take a chance. I'll pay a little more for this raw card and I'll send it in. If I get a 10, holy cow. If I get a 9, all right, I lost a little bit.
Shohei may reach Jordan levels. I believe Shohei is going to reach and surpass Mickey Mantle levels.
Yeah, I mean, if he continues to do what he does, I mean, he needs to, like with any of these guys, right? I think he does need to have the, a little bit of the longevity.
He does.
From that standpoint, because there's so much more of him available than there is Mickey Mantle.
But to Mike's point, logically, this should not be worth $5.
No.
Logically, this should not be worth $5.
100%. But
it is a base.
What is a PSA 10 in that card, though?
Let me check.
It's up there. Somebody sees Ohtani's face and there's a PSA 10 to the right of it, they're paying.
Dollar Group, I'm going to tell you something. Why you mentioned Chronicles, and I'll tell you. So one of the Walmarts by my house has, I don't know, they probably have, I don't know, 16 to 20 feet worth of cards that are, right up there towards the front. They still have the Chronicles with Cade Cunningham. They have, I think it's the Chronicles draft picks one.
Oh, they do. I've seen that.
Where he's in his Oklahoma, right? He went to Oklahoma, right?
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Oklahoma State. I have him in his Oklahoma State jersey. They're like new low price, $13, and there's still plenty of them on the shelf for people to come and grab.
Yeah, let's say Ohtani wins a Cy Young and MVP in the same season. He's already surpassed. I mean, Babe Ruth has 700 some home runs, but he's already.
I mean,
nobody has done what Ohtani's doing.
But Cy Young and MVP in the same season has been done already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been done already, but when's the last time that was done?
No, I understand. No, I understand what you're saying. I mean, now the funny thing is, see, he would get it for a different reason because he wouldn't get it for just his pitching. I think because I don't know if he will pitch enough to get that people would be that impressed. But when you throw the hitting on top of it, then he's different from the guys who've won, the Cy Young and the MVP. I mean, that part has been done already, but he would do it different because of his offensive, capabilities.
That's right.
He is already this year 22 scoreless innings pitched and the most consecutive on base games on base.
People complaining about his warm-up time.
Well, yes, definitely. I would complain too. Okay. You don't get the special treatment.
Okay.
You want to pitch, you're going to pitch. You got to follow the same rules as pitchers.
You just got your ass busted in the World Series.
No. Because we've seen pitchers hit. Pitchers have hit before.
Okay.
You get these set. He already has one special rule for him. You don't get extra time because you just got off the second base. And now you got to go pitch. We've seen pitchers pitch before.
I love the way Dave Roberts said he's different. So he can be different, but the rules don't have to be different for him. Okay.
You got to play by the same set of rules as everybody else.
Right, come up and hit it. Hit the ball.
Huh?
Come on.
We've seen pitchers hit.
Okay.
And get on base, and they have to come back and throw the next inning. He doesn't get extra time because he has to pitch. I don't agree with that at all.
He's a legend.
If you're gonna do it, do it. Don't do it and give me extra. Don't do it and give me extra rules. You can do it, but I need an extra 2 minutes to do it.
Yeah.
Then say talk about your greatness. No, we can't do that.
But we in legendary status. Never seen before.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. We are seeing something that you're right, that we haven't seen. A lot of us have not seen everything. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, John, I do agree with you. Hey, if he, hits a double and there's 3 outs just because he's on second base, he shouldn't get extra time. I mean, that doesn't seem right to me from that standpoint. It's just like, let me ask you a question. A guy makes the center fielder, makes a dive, a long running catch and, in the outfield and stuff, and gets up a little slow and kind of can't get off the field as fast. And he's the leadoff batter. Does he get extra time to catch him breath and get, calm down and stuff? I mean, I don't know if he does, but I don't think they do. They have a certain number of minutes in between innings. Get up in there and get in that box, or else, whoop, automatic strike.
Zerny, I'm calm, just passionate. That's all.
Passion. It's passion.
Hey, we talking about. Hey, I will give show all the credit in the world, but I'm not giving them no shortcuts either. You want to do this?
That manager has to speak up. I get it, but
of course,
go sit down. Go sit down.
It's gamesmanship. It's just like Phil Jackson complaining about the refs between game 1 and game 2.
Yeah, it's true.
You got to do both sides. Got to do their gamesmanship.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna switch subject a little bit. Let's talk about Tyrese Halliburton. Big Jon
Halliburton
the other day on this subject alone, and we talked real briefly to save it here. But we got a young player who had a very good finals, very good playoff tore his Achilles, really snapped that thing. And he's trying to heal that, had surgery, and then he gets shingles. And he did a press conference the other day saying that he's been in pain for 2 months. His face is swollen. He's lost part of his eyebrow because of the amount of swelling and irritation. He says his full body is in constant pain. He's taking meds for this that has him gaining weight. He looks like he's put on
40.
35, 40 pounds. I was already talking to Big Jon a couple of weeks ago. I didn't know this shingle things was still lingering, but I was just concerned about him. When you got a guy that's at a high level and he gets an injury like that, there's a lot of mental health and other things that come to play. And what is my future and what's going on? He's starting his family. Just a lot going on with Tyrese Halliburton, and I just hope that he's okay. Basketball takes the back seat, that he's okay.
I didn't realize, you could get shingles at that young of an age. I thought it was. I thought it was an old person's.
It is typically
like my age.
But if your immune system is suppressed for any given reason, and you have had chicken pox, it can come up on you. It's rare, but it can come up on you.
And shingles, it goes away in like 5 weeks with the medicine, but it can always come back. It always kind of lingers around. It's never fully gone. I've got close ones that have dealt with that. It's but you ever watched a medicine commercial? I watched some commercial earlier today, and the medicine was supposed to heal something, but it told you about all the different type of cancer it can give you.
A lot of this stuff is going to push your immune system down, and that's going to cancer rates. Yeah, because that's really that's what our fast food and all this other stuff does. It destroys your immune system over time to the point where your body can't fight off cancers. This is why a lot of people talk about intermittent fasting and eating less food to allow your body to work on itself and get at these growths that may be happening internally that we don't know anything about. So I feel for him.
So I guess his injury was worse than Tatum's.
Oh yeah, like he snapped. For what they talked about, he snapped that Achilles in two.
Okay.
A lot of these players, James Wiseman, Kevin Durant had a real tear but didn't snap. All these guys have kind of torn something. Halliburton couldn't walk off the court. If you remember, he was carried.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
his foot was just like dangling. So it's gonna be a lot for him.
Yeah, I mean, you got to figure. I mean, you missed this year. I mean, with what he's going through, so on and so forth, you don't know how much for next year and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden now you're 2 years away from basketball. I'm not saying, and you're recovering from injuries and stuff like that. Who knows how that affects him also, once he steps back on the court, and hopefully he is. I mean, even though, I can't stand what he did to my team, but I mean, you hate to see any good player, young player. I don't know what that does mean. Even if it's an old guy, it doesn't make a difference, right? You hate to see any good player, have their career either ended or hampered by an injury, because it always gives you the what. Man, what could he have done if he didn't have that injury?
True. He may not ever be the same. Hectic says, get your shingles vaccine.
Yeah.
Also sad when Mookie Betts practically lost his season last year due to illness. Yes. Yes, and we've seen Kristaps Porzingis have POTS lingering for a long time with him. So yeah, these things are unpredictable, real.
Yeah, I mean he's another guy who was supposed to be the unicorn. He was supposed to be, and it's funny, you see the flashes, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, he's out for 3 games. You know,
He could wind up like Murray, where he missed a season and a half. Could be. Or he may, even when he comes back, may not ever be the same player. But to me, basketball takes the back seat. You just want to see people be able to live their life.
yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. You know, but that's why, you hope a lot of these young guys who get these contracts can get with someone that they trust that can at least do right by them to where, they can take care of themselves if they need to.
Yes. For sure. Big Jon, what are you thinking over there?
I'm just like all the injuries in his Achilles with Kyrie, Tatum, Halliburton, and
That was,
beautiful.
that was also a pitcher in baseball. There's been some other sports where people popped up.
Yeah, football's had a few.
Yeah.
Well, but I feel for Halliburton because you can tell being out is affecting his demeanor.
You can.
Because he's generally happy-go-lucky.
Keep going. I'm gonna try to pull this up. Keep going.
When you see him at WWE, when you see him in interviews, when you see him at the WNBA games, he was always with that big goofy smile on his face.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can tell he's like it's serious and there's concern.
Yeah, a lot of deep breaths when he's actually talking about this. Let's see if I can find.
Well, it's got to be difficult when you're at that level, and then all of a sudden, your world gets filled with uncertainty.
And a lot of these guys have never seriously been hurt before.
Yeah.
Now your body that you believe in is failing you. That's a lot. Let me see if I can pull this up right quick.
Yeah, it's true, Dollar. That's one of the things that you do hear a lot of the athletes say. The hardest part is that you're like part of the team, but you're not part of the team.
Yep. Most definitely.
Yeah, I've lost like part of my eyebrow. My eye is always like swollen from itching it. I have good days and bad days, but for the most part, it's bad days. So it has not been any fun. I'm still honestly dealing with it. I've been taking, unbelievable amounts of medication to try to get rid of it. It hasn't worked. It's obviously caused me to like gain weight and look a little bigger. And so that's been a topic of conversation through social media and stuff, but what can you do? But yeah, no, it's not been fun. And hopefully it goes away here pretty soon. It's hard to really tell, like nerve pain. Like I've been having nerve pain now for 2 months, and in the world of nerve pain for people who've had that before, it's not very long. So I hope it goes away soon, but there's no way to really know.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
That's tough.
Wish him the best.
You hate to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And these kind of things can happen to any of us. We just saw Bam tonight. We don't know how that's going to affect him. We don't know. I used to work with a guy. He was my boss's boss. His wife slipped and fell and broke her arm. And it triggered something in her where now she was in constant full body pain all the time. Crippling body pain all the time. It could go, the intensity could become greater or could reduce to the point where she could move around in the house, but she no longer had a job. There was times that she was bedridden. She couldn't eat. Now all this got triggered by slipping and falling and breaking her arm. So there are things that occur within our bodies sometimes that we never know. And then you got these guys jumping and bounding and doing all kinds of stuff. Miami got put out, but it's just interesting how Bam left that game and Miller's just running around.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Can you build a team around Bam? Can you build a winner around Bam? Realistically.
No.
What is Bam good at?
No. His midi, his decline. No. No. He's
You know,
not
like if Bam, you said Bam could guard 1 through 5. He's an elite defender. I mean, can you build around that? I don't know, but at least that's something you can go ahead and say. But it's like, you know, when they look at the history books and they see the guy who scored the second most points in an NBA game, they're going to go, who? Bam, what? What? Him? What the hell else did he do his career? You know, and not saying that he has to do anything with his career, but that just goes to show you how obscure that is. Because, you know, when I think of Bam I just like I don't know what he is good at. Like whatever it may be.
But even scoring 83, what current or past player was impressed by that?
Nobody.
I didn't read any clips.
No.
You scored it against Washington Wizards.
Washington Wizards, who have probably most of their roster won't be in the league next year.
Very true.
Everybody knows what that is, man. And then your team is throwing you stuff so you can score. It would have been better for him, I'm gonna tell you, to get to 80 and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been much better. People will really talk about that.
Heck yeah. Yeah, he had a chance to go past Kobe and he said no.
Nope.
No, thank you.
I'm gonna respect that dude, greatness, and what he did, and I'm gonna go over here and still work on my game and see if I can get myself into an NBA Finals. But you know, this social media and instant stuff we got going on now, that can't be. I always say Bam is the social media scoring guy. His 83 is Instagram worthy.
Yeah.
Is it Instagram real?
Yeah, bro. That's what it is.
TikTok.
But it's funny when you say Bam, can you build a team around Bam? In reality, if you look at the NBA as a whole, now barring some of the older players, right? So you don't count LeBron or Curry, or Durant. Some of the when you look at the younger players, how many of them do you really think you can build a team around to win multiple championships?
No,
very few.
Yeah.
When you get outside of you talking about basketball, you get outside of Joker, Shea, Ant-Man if he cleaned himself up.
This year, Luka, do we think maybe?
No.
Can he sustain it?
No.
Honestly, I think you could build a team around Jalen Brunson. And I think the Knicks will do that.
I can see that, but you got to have a good big man with him.
Yeah.
And you don't have that right now. Yeah, I can see that. Jalen Brunson, I'll add him. Yeah.
You know what? Jalen Brunson and Bam may be a better fit than Calvin Towns.
He's got to have better than Bam with him. Or he's going to be spinning his wheels.
Yeah.
Well,
Giannis.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson and Giannis can get something done.
They can get something done.
Oh, yeah. That'd be nice to watch, too.
Yeah, we got stuck with Mickey 5 picks.
Mm-hmm.
So, what does Lillard do when he come back next year?
Nothing.
He's not.
He'll have some games. He'll have some games where you'd be like, man, that looks great. And then not too much. Didn't he have a game again?
You're right. He'll have that one game a week, where he'll have flashes and stuff. And then I can't believe he's going to be a starter.
I think that's out of respect. That's not. I don't.
Yeah. What has Scoop done?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Scoot ain't hollering at him to take that spot. So
that's true.
Yeah. I mean, let's look at Scoot tonight. Matter of fact, what is Scoot doing right now? He just had a blank look on his face on the bench before halftime. So let me see what man Scoot on. He's 3 of 5 for 7 points in 11 minutes. What is his plus minus? He's +6. So he's decent tonight. Decent. Average NBA night.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, I'm very interested in NFL. Oh, do we want to talk about, Big Jon? I don't usually go here. But do we want to talk about Mike Vrabel?
Yes.
And Rossini stepping away today?
Yeah, she
Yes.
resigned today.
We all knew that was coming, right?
Yeah.
We all knew she had to go ahead and step. I mean,
So yeah.
I've seen people talk about how it's different between like shams and somebody sending a version of the story to a team owner before putting it out to make sure it's okay. I've seen that. But I really thought about it in light of outside of this being a team executive's wife, how's it different from Iman Adoku in Boston? This is if they're cheating and if they're in a relationship, this is a very inappropriate relationship for a coach to have with a reporter.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Is it different than Ime?
I'm saying, is it? How's it different?
I don't think so. I think it's the same.
Outside of it being an executive's wife, right? But is this not a very improper relationship for a coach to have with somebody who works for the NFL, well, basically with the NFL?
So you saying Vrabel has to step off? Is what you're saying?
I'm saying Vrabel should be at fault of this as well.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to put the blame completely on her. She's putting her job at risk if they are sleeping together.
Yeah.
And so, but isn't he? How's he immune to any of this backlash?
He probably.
How are you the coach
when it comes to camp? He won't be.
Yeah.
And in a way, it's not the same, but it was.
But is it different?
It did no. I'm saying no. To me, it's the same. I think it's the same to what you're saying about. But what I was going to say about that, what is she? Did she share any information?
So yes,
that she may have gotten right.
So the reports are. If you go back to the days in Tennessee, she reported on news in Tennessee. She's the only one that's reporting AJ Brown to the Patriots.
Yeah, she's putting it out there.
She's putting it out there. And for lack of a better words, she's his mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm. No. She's also talked about how dull her husband is, and he's not excited.
Oh, the disrespect to the husband is wild and crazy.
Well, I remember when she left ESPN, and I remember when she got married, and I followed her on social media, and she never really seemed excited about some of the stuff that she was doing in her life. So when I saw this the other day, I wasn't really shocked. It wasn't like, I used to love her on ESPN though. Like, how she works and how she would come with the information and be on the sidelines in cold weather. But that's just not going to make it. You that can't happen, and you just come back to work. And I'm with Big Jon. I think Vrabel, after she made that move, he's going to have to make a move.
I mean, something has to happen. You can't let it. I mean,
he's gotten zero backlash for this.
I know.
Zero.
It's coming. It's coming.
I mean, maybe it's. Maybe because his owner, did get caught at a massage parlor trying to get a tug in the pool. So maybe run a course in Patriot land.
This can't be the Patriot way. So it's and now what does it do? What does it do for my boy Drake May?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's gonna fumble that ball anyway, but I ain't really gonna fumble it. You know that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a
But I want to know, hold on, before you go, I just want to know who was the private investigator that was following them, who paid for that person, why? Go ahead, Huddle.
No, I was going to say, it's interesting the situation, and like the story doesn't make sense when you hear them talk about. Well, you mean you didn't see all the other people that were there? Because they weren't in the picture. You're right, because they probably weren't there, and stuff like that. And I think to your point is that why was somebody there? Why them?
It's something to it.
Here's the question.
Meetings. We've all been at work meetings, and it's downtime. And if I see two coworkers chilling by the pool, now it might be 80 people here. But if these two are chilling by the pool, everybody's like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't say, well, there's a lot of people here.
Right.
Like, you're the only two out here right now.
Here's the thing. 3 things. The other people haven't come out and said anything.
They won't.
Mm-hmm.
2, the picture of the hug is not the one that's condemning. Not even the hot tub. It's the one when they're holding hands like this. That is the most damning. Because I'm not holding nobody's hand like this and checking them out other than my wife.
As we talk about graphs or some business related, we ain't getting up, lock it in. Yeah.
You might give Corey might have a bad day. You might give him a hug, somebody you cool with, you see him, hey, what's up? Give her a hug. That may happen from time to time, depending on who you are, you know what I mean? Because the hug was respectful, everything, all hands were in the proper places to be seen. But this is a whole nother. What y'all got going on over there?
Well, we know the deal.
And if y'all don't have anything going on, let's just say for shits and giggles, they don't have anything going on.
She's not resigning.
They just y'all got really, really good chemistry. And she gets all your stories?
They've had conversations. Her with her employer.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty.
What was this? Rachel Nichols and Jimmy Butler all over again?
Yeah. Well, the thing, the funny thing is when you read her statement and everything about this, that, the rumors, the unmoored facts, blah blah blah, but then it's rather than allowing this to continue, I've decided to step aside now before my contract ends.
Mm-hmm.
So. If that means you're innocent, why are you walking away?
Because you're not. That means you got
right.
Me. I don't have a comeback. And I don't want to drag the athletic down because they got to move on to handle business because seasons. We got NBA, we got football coming up, and I got to move on. Yeah, that's what she said.
I can tell you how this happened. I can tell you exactly what happened.
Break it down.
The athletic started their investigation. They said, "Hey, Diana, come here." So. Here's the cards on the table. The only way for the rest of the stuff not to come out, we could fire you for this and tell everybody, or you can voluntarily resign, and this won't come out.
I'm pretty sure she took.
That's how this came, huh?
Pretty sure she took a package.
Yeah, this is how this happened.
Signed some paperwork. I don't think she's going to be doing an interview anytime soon.
I would hope
as soon as she stepped out the door is when the Patriots started talking to Mike Vrabel. And now what is this? April? I give him 2 weeks, Big Jon?
Do you have to say something about it?
Oh, he's going to be gone in about 2 weeks.
Who?
Mike Vrabel.
Think he'll be gone?
Yeah. We got to move on.
Get rid of him.
What?
They're not getting rid of him.
Yeah, just kick
They're
back.
not firing him.
Just kick back and watch, Big Jon. He won't be there.
Something has to happen. I don't know what the something is.
A new coach.
But something definitely has to happen. You can't.
Right now for a new coach. Right now.
Nope. He's gonna get away scot-free.
Name someone who has. Name someone who was on this level, either in the organization or outside the organization, with someone in the media or someone in their organization that kept their job.
I can't do that at the top of my head.
It doesn't
But
exist because it doesn't exist. And it won't now. And believe me, I love Mike Vrabel as a coach. I think he's the best thing that happened to a player like Drake May and that team that went to the Super Bowl. Love it. But you got to know that when you're a Raider from the 70s or you're an ex-Patriot player or a Patriot player now, you have crosshairs on your back. So you better be handling your business because all this is whatever you're doing is going to come out. If you're what's the receiver who's on the boat getting lifted?
Stephon Diggs?
It's all coming. I don't care who you are. If you're in the Patriots organization and you're doing something, it will come out. What's the linebacker from back in Brady's days that went in the restaurant and destroyed people? Man, I can't remember his name. Have y'all seen this video?
Not Van Noy, right? No,
not Van
No,
Noy.
he got in trouble in Providence.
no.
Let's see if I can find this. This guy goes into a. If you're a Patriot, man,
but forget it. I mean, take just not even that, but you would think with the NFL, with protecting the shield and so on and so forth. I mean, for something like this, bad enough, it's somebody like but somebody in the media also who has access to other teams and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, this is. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen to Vrabel. I mean, I gotta believe something. I mean,
he's gone, bro.
Gotta believe something is going to happen to him, some way, shape, or form. I mean, if they've done, they've suspended player. I mean, for cheating, for all kind of stuff. Not saying he did anything wrong, but it is what it is. I mean, it's kind of like a lot of the teams were afraid to talk to Tom Brady when he's going to be broadcasting their games for Fox, and they said they had to watch what they say.
That's a whole nother impropriety,
right? Because they have to watch what he says because he's the freaking owner he's the co-owner of the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, it makes you wonder what goes through people's minds and stuff.
What it makes me think is how often does stuff like this happen? That just got busted because there was pictures taken.
Yeah,
but this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, of course it's happening.
This is happening.
And the favors are different, right? If you're an up and coming male, your favor is you don't write nothing bad about me. You know what I mean? If you're a woman, it is the flirting and that line between how far you go to get information.
Bro, if you ain't at the end of the day out here, even with this Deflategate and all that, if you ain't trying, man, you ain't winning.
It's saying NASCAR, right? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
You got to go after this thing, man. You gonna come in there on talent a lot. I mean, let's talk for real. We can say the right thing. Let's talk for real. People are not stable just on talent alone. Ask Barry Bonds. Ask Sammy Sosa. Ask McGuire. There's many. Ben Johnson. It's a bunch of people you can name, and that's just performance enhancement. There's some other performance enhancement things that go on.
Well, look at that! Look at the stuff that friggin' Lance Armstrong used to do.
Yeah,
I mean, that's crazy stuff.
He's basically telling himself, "You have major surgery, and then you win 7 Tour de France. Come on, man. Come on, bro. You got to stop with the madness." Then you're like, "I don't even know anything about it." And then your girlfriends are talking about what you do.
Yeah, it's crazy the stuff that he was doing.
Does Tiger Woods ever play golf again?
I will say some of the AI memes.
It's crazy. The AI
freaking crazy. The one, hey, look, Tiger Tiger showed up late to the 18th fairway, and you see an
he
SUV coming
he
through.
rolls out with 2 bottles. Like, what's up, y'all?
I mean, if you're him, what's the purpose of trying to play competitive again?
Because I believe most athletes in general, but most great athletes have to be delusional to be great. You got to believe in what's not seen, never heard of, to really be great. So then you start to walk out on, well, yeah, I can do that. I can come back. I think I'm the man. I was a woman. I can do this. And so you step out on, you're fantasizing on yourself and what you can do. That's the only reason. You're not doing it for money or anything tangible. You're doing it because it makes you feel a certain way. And I would imagine him coming up the 18th hole and hearing people, but man, you can't. I remember running out for a game and just hearing my name, and you felt a certain way. You're Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, you're Shaq, you Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts. You're these kind of people. It's like, and the bad part about it is you'll never find that again. You know?
And it's funny, you think about how many years ago was it? It was how far past Jack Nicklaus will we go?
Remember that?
How many more? How what number is he going to go ahead and set the majors at? How far by is he going to, how much distance is he going to put between him and Jack?
I just was watching the Masters the other day, and Jack came out to tee off, ceremonial. And my 10-year-old says, "Who is that?" And I said, "Well, that's Jack." And then he says, "Well, who is Jack?" I said, "That's the guy right there that Tiger Woods was chasing down, man." That's what it was all about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think he might want to come out to try to play with his son.
He may mess around with that, man. I'm talking about really walking 18, getting it after tournament after tournament. But yeah, he probably will come out and play with his son. I can see that. Hopefully his son brings him some kind of joy.
Yeah, start, reliving those moments, through Charlie. I don't know. I just, like I said, the problem I have with him coming back is the memory that it's going to give you, or the memory that it's going to give those who didn't see him in his heyday.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to realize how special of a player he was. They're going to see this older guy and go like, "Oh, wait a minute, this is the guy who people were saying was going to do X, Y, and Z." Heck no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying, it's a remarkable story when you look at where he was to where he is right now. And I think to come back, in my opinion, from a legacy standpoint, I just think it's nothing good can come out of it. If you're saying that the best thing that's going to come out of it is he's going to be able to play 18 holes of golf, or play the first 2 rounds of a tournament before he misses the cut, really? That's what is good now for Tiger Woods? No. Mm-mm.
True.
That is a major fall from grace if all of a sudden now that's what we're that's what we're talking about. But like you said, these guys don't, they don't think that they're ever going to be able. That's why as much as I really don't care for him, when you look at LeBron, it is the things that he does at his age right now, it is, remarkable. But then you have to look at what he does. Like, how does he live his life, hyperbaric chambers and all this other kind of stuff to be able to do what he's doing?
Yeah.
You're going to get him started.
Allegedly and respectfully. Yeah.
What?
I mean, LeBron James is, he's doing more than eating Wheaties. Allegedly and respectfully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
More than a hyperbaric chamber.
Little magic potion. Go a long way.
Dollar group chat is believing. They said Tiger Woods will play next year. And then they said, I don't think anything's happening with Vrabel. Okay. All right. All right. I'll give it 2 weeks. Today is April 14th. There has been a head coach search going on for the last week. And there will be an announcement made before we get to mini camps and having rookies in and any of that. That this person will be announced and be ready to go soon here.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. I just cannot believe that the NFL will let nothing come of this.
No, it's not happening.
I just find that hard to believe that, you know, they'll just be like, yeah, okay, whatever, go out. Well, don't worry, she resigned now. It's all good. I just don't think that's enough. And maybe maybe they're talking and he said, look, you got to resign. Maybe that'll go ahead and give us some time or blah 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 blah. You know, but I mean, you know, I just don't see it.
I just don't see anything happening to him. What happened? What happened to Kraft for the massage thing? Did he even get fined?
Yeah, but was that proven? Did you have video? And
Yes, they had video. It was a sting operation. They had video in the massage parlor.
Yeah, it's the operation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was the video though?
Of him trying to get getting the getting some handsies.
Happy ending.
Happy ending.
But he's not a player or a coach.
And he's the owner. That is gotta be a higher standard for an owner.
You can't force the man to sell a team, Big Jon.
But was he even fined? Did anything even happen? This is the shield. All they do to protect the shield.
Okay. Let's see what's
Look
great.
how long did the Commanders ex owner get away with cheerleaders, you know, doing favors for people and across the seas and other businesses before they made themselves a team? Didn't it take a major lawsuit for that to happen?
Well, here, charges are dropped. The massage video was destroyed.
Well, that's power and and influence. We talked about that with Vince McMahon.
I don't think he was fined.
He did right. No, I think he did get fined.
Did he?
Yeah, I like Zarni says I believe he did go ahead and get some kind of a fine. You know. But he also didn't get voted into the Hall of Fame, so that's another thing.
Yeah, that's probably part of it. Yeah, it's probably part of it. So. Yeah, but the player I was talking about was Willie McGinnis. I can't really find a clear.
Yeah.
I can't really find a clear video, but he goes into a restaurant with like 5 other guys and completely destroy people. Great restaurant in LA. Imani says nothing will happen. Okay, so let's tally it up. We got Imani saying nothing. We got Big Jon saying nothing. We got Dollar Group Chat saying nothing. Okay. It's 2026. Y'all believe that, huh? All right.
I just like I said, I just don't understand how they can't do something. Again, I don't know what the something is, but I just don't see how they could allow that with those pictures and stuff like that. And look, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's you know, more stuff will go ahead and come out here, you know, and you know, so what, you know, all of a sudden if his wife starts talking, if her husband starts talking and all this other kind of crap.
Like I can't believe it's gonna be a monetary fine. We can throw that out the window. I can't believe it's gonna be a game suspension. Throw that out the window. So what's going to happen?
So here's my reason why I think nothing's going to happen.
Okay.
Because nobody's pointed the finger at Vrabel.
Not yet.
Nobody's talking about him cheating on his wife. Allegedly.
Not yet.
They're only talking about her. The focus on her being an inappropriate reporter for story, not on him as a coach having an inappropriate relationship with a reporter and leaking information. Mm-hmm. It's running this way when it should be he has the burden as the coach of an NFL team to not to be in an inappropriate relationship with a reporter.
So let me say
He has
this.
the burden of a married man not to be in an inappropriate relationship with another woman. Like she has that burden with her husband.
The only time you're going to hear about this is when they announce he's moving on. What blame you going to give him? We'll see. We'll see what's up. I wish him all the best, though. Because Rossini and Vrabel both have children and, there are other people tied into this.
Yeah, it's a lot of other people tied into this.
Who's going to win the NBA championship? Anybody in the chat want? Imani.
Celtics or OKC?
Imani says he'll be at the draft. Hold on. This is the deadline. When is the draft, Imani?
Saturday.
Saturday?
No, isn't it it's not the weekend after? Doesn't it start next Thursday?
Hold up.
They're gonna have the draft WrestleMania weekend? Hell no.
No, you're right. April 23rd. April 23rd.
So I said within 2 weeks. So in less than 2 weeks, I predict he won't be at the draft. And then that will be the first indicator, Big Jon, where people will start talking about where was Mike Vrabel. And then you'll start hearing something.
Okay, we shall see.
We shall see. So who's winning the NBA Finals?
Hold on. Well, before we go to the finals,
What you got?
are we making any tops now plays for the NFL draft? Because they're gonna be signing their cards at the podium. Or after the podium, they're gonna be signing their cards, and they're gonna be tops now cards.
It's gonna be interesting because Mendoza already said he's not going to the draft.
That's right. He's gonna be at home with family. Probably because of his mother's health, but he's gonna be at home with family.
Yeah.
So
maybe they could have a. How do they? I mean,
maybe they have a representative there.
They already
but
have.
if he's not signing his there, because in previous years, getting some tops now cards on draft and grading them and being on the first mark with those cards has been a very profitable play.
It has been.
Just something to think about. Something for everybody to think about. This is what's the play.
No, you're absolutely right.
Is this going to be the first? This is going to be the first draft they're doing that for, isn't it?
Yep. They're supposed to be signing at the podium.
Man, that's some fast printing. Is that the one of one? So that's going to be the one of one.
Yeah, they've already got the cards printed.
Yeah, they're ready.
Okay, so it's not going to be like a picture of them at the podium with Roger Goodell.
I think the cards they signed will be a variation. Because you got to think they already have WrestleMania Tops Now cards printed and signed already.
Yeah, but Huddle makes a good point. What do they dress like on the card?
Right, we don't know.
Did they do a photo shoot prior? Maybe they did that.
They might have.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Hey, one of these 5 teams is probably going to pick you. We're going to take a picture of you with each one of these hats on.
Yeah, different hats. Whoever the representative is comes in with those cards, and then what's the
Well, I've seen something when Panini was doing it that they can print. They can get the picture, and print pretty fast. And they only need a few hundred, maybe, signed, right? They don't need to have 1,000 signed. They just need a couple signed to be inserted.
Well, it depends.
But everything else can be printed after the fact. Once you know how many you sold, then you can do out of 25s, out of 50s, out of 10s, after you know how many you sold. But for the base, you only need a few.
Yeah, I mean for that 1 of 1 with the autograph, number 2 pick, number 8 pick, if they personalize something along those lines. Yeah, I mean, you're only going to have one of those. I don't know how many other autographs they will have. Sometimes some of those only have the one autograph, the tops now. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, what good what good is it if it's not a picture of the guy at the podium with Roger Goodell holding up the, whatever team's jersey and the number 1, because that's I mean, if it's just, Fernando Mendoza and they Photoshop a Raiders hat on him,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess that's okay. If you're the guy who gets it, you're not going to complain.
Huddle, do you think Mendoza's that dude?
No, but I think he's second tier.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's Justin Herbert?
Yeah, I think he's in that second tier, like there and everything. I mean, I think you'll have to build around him. I don't know if you look and go and say, okay, that's the guy we are going to build around. I mean, I think they're going to have to make sure that they have good parts and pieces. I don't think he's that guy who could take I don't know if he can take an average receiver and make them a really good receiver.
I agree.
Better or worse than Jalen Hurts?
Worse.
That's what you just described, according to Philly fans.
I don't see Mendoza playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
So is he better or worse than Sam Darnold?
Again, if he's in the, I think to look at the way, Seattle had a great system. They found a quarterback that could fit into it. I mean, look, we've seen non-tier 1 quarterbacks, win Super Bowls just by being, a good part of the, they're a good link in the chain. They're not the weakest link. They're a solid piece of the chain, and they go ahead and get the job done.
And so what's wrong with that? Because I feel like Jalen Hurts gets unfair criticism about his game because he's not Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. And he's not going to be a wizard with the ball and be a highly proficient passer. But he's going to win. He's going to make sure your team don't lose games, one, and take you to the Super Bowl. And it's different. Like when Jimmy Garoppolo got there, you knew it wasn't because of his doing.
So you mentioned 2 other guys, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, and you have Jalen Hurts. It's the 4th quarter. Your team is down by 6. You need a touchdown, not a field goal, and you're back at the 10-yard line. 1, 2, or 3. What number is Jalen Hurts? Where are you calling him? Is he your number 1 choice, your number 2 choice, or your number 3 choice to lead your team down to the end?
Playoffs or regular season?
You got to win the game. What does it matter? Because I know you're going to say if it's the playoffs, I'm not taking, because you're going to say if it's not the playoffs, I'm not taking Lamar Jackson. I know where you're going there, and I'm not going to let you do that.
Oh, Lamar Jackson's in this scenario. Lamar Jackson's 3.
Really?
Yeah. I think Hurts 1, Allen 2, Josh Allen 3. I mean,
so
Lamar
100
Jackson
times out of 100 times, your team is down by 6, and you're at the 10-yard line. And it's the game. It's in the end.
I want the guy that can handle the pressure 100% of the time.
Hold on, you think Josh Allen is better than Lamar Jackson?
Huh?
You saying Josh Allen is better than Lamar Jackson?
I don't think he's better, but I know I've not seen Lamar Jackson handle the must-win pressure.
When did Josh Allen handle it?
He scored touchdowns in his situations He also left 10 seconds for Patrick Mahomes to score, but he scored touchdowns in this section. You know, and listen, it ain't Lamar Jackson's fault because Mark Andrews dropping the game-winning touchdown when it's in his hand ain't Lamar's fault.
True.
But I've seen Lamar choke. I've seen Allen choke in the playoffs. I haven't seen Hurts choke as much.
I agree with that. I just don't think much of Allen. Imani says Hurts is trash. I don't know.
Hurts. I don't know. I don't know a Super Bowl winning quarterback that won a Super Bowl by 20-something points or more is trash.
And could have won the other one if he didn't fumble. So
yeah,
is
so
Allen,
by that standard, Troy Aikman is trash because Troy Aikman wasn't the best player on his championship teams when Peyton won championship in Denver. Peyton was trash.
Oh,
right?
Peyton was 100% trash in Denver.
So.
he's saying that Hurts is Trent Dilfer.
And the money, you gotta let that Hurt go because Hurts got y'all to the championship game, even though he played bad at it, had to be benched. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have got there. So like you gotta let that Hurt go.
Imani's hurt because of what happened in Atlanta. You gotta talk this through, man. Don't be like that.
You gotta let that Hurt go, man.
Michael Penix was gonna do something.
Hurts is always gonna be. I mean, you know, because of his demeanor and stuff like that, he's always gonna be. He's gonna be looked at differently.
Hurts have the curse of always being Will Smith. If you guys ever watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know Will Smith got blamed for everything first and foremost, whether it's his fault or not. Hurts is one of those people that it is everything go wrong, it's always going to be his fault first, no matter what the truth is. No.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way down 6 points late in the fourth quarter, I'm at the 10-yard line. Am I picking Hurts over those other two guys?
That's fine.
I just don't see it. You know, Hurts is Jay Cutler, except he won a Super Bowl.
Oh, no. Because Jay Cutler wouldn't win you the game at all.
Chicago Bears talk.
Jay Cutler won't win you the game. Wouldn't win you the game at all. Jay Cutler would have had an argument with his best receiver and just start throwing to the third best receiver out of spite.
Yeah, they said he was kind of erratic like that.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to talk about the NBA Finals, man, you let me know. I'm over here.
I don't know. The East is going to be interesting.
Do you see Detroit coming out?
I don't, just because of the whole Cade scenario. I mean, I think, you know, I really do think, as much as I hate it, you know, Tatum coming back just changes that team. I think they can go ahead and get through. I honestly, you know, I mean, I'm not sure. To me, like I said, you know, the East is just wide open. I mean, you know, if the Knicks go ahead and play crazy, you know, I mean, they have an opportunity to go ahead and make the finals. I mean, you know, from that standpoint, I think that, you know, the West is the one that's, I mean, to see how the young Spurs handle expectation, to see how they do, that's going to be interesting to watch. You know,
I say don't be surprised if Charlotte, who messed around and won tonight, or Atlanta really shake something up.
I don't know. I just have a hard time trusting Atlanta.
I'm with you. I don't disagree with that. I agree. You know, seed is shaky.
I just think it's going to be hard to beat that psychopath of a coach in Boston.
Oh yeah, he could be a psychopath, but Tatum is going to get exposed in the playoffs. He can be a psychopath.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that Jaylen Brown's the better player in the Finals MVP. So you know,
we'll see.
Atlanta and the Knicks is going to be a very interesting series.
Very
interesting series.
What about that West?
So from the East, and talking about the card market, who do we hope have a good first round? One player. One player.
LaMelo Ball.
And LaMelo Ball.
Mm-hmm.
You think if he has a good first round, his card market finally rebounds?
It's going to go up. Yeah. There's people tonight that's buying stuff on eBay right now. That last second shot, yeah. Post game interview, put on the bling bang with the video in it. Yeah. Tonight it's starting. Don't let him come out and hit some of them threes that he was missing tonight. We find out what's up with Khan. Is he healthy or not? Yeah. And if your Khan is hurt, then LaMelo will take more shots.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's a tough question, John, because the range of players market is is so different. Like if the Knicks play well, Jalen Brunson plays well, I can see his cards going ahead and going up. But are they going to go up? But even if they go up, they're not going to reach, a Jason Tatum level. You know what I'm saying? From that standpoint, like if Jason Tatum comes in and plays unbelievably in the playoffs after his injury and everything and coming back quicker than people thought he would come back, that's a guy who can see and not only make the finals, but they win. Whoo! That's a guy whose cards I can see going ahead and really take it getting a little, a little shot in the right direction.
I think best case scenario is Tatum playing well. I think worst case scenario is Wemby playing bad.
Yeah, but I don't think Wemby playing bad is going to affect his cards, because people are going to say, "Oh, it's it's the playoffs, it's his first time, so on and so forth." He's still young. Now, if all of a sudden Wemby makes the playoffs, let's say the Spurs make the playoffs the next 5 years in a row, and Wemby does nothing to go ahead and advance them, deep in the playoffs, then I could see something like that happen. I think he's still too young. He's still too young in his career for him to go ahead and take too much of a hit.
I don't see Wemby playing well most of the playoffs. He's going to be defended differently than he was in the regular season. He's going to be played by two guards, threes, and some fours. There's a lot of threes in his world.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, playoff the season does change.
Mm-hmm.
Playoff basketball is different and everything.
So we'll see what he does. I wish him the best. But he's been doing a lot of talking. So now we gotta see what's really happening.
So they get the 7 seed, right?
Who's that, sir?
San Antonio, because they're number 2. So they basically get the winner of the Phoenix Portland game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a bye.
I'm saying, Big Jon, these series, man, somebody can get hurt.
I have no faith in Devin Booker, man.
Something can happen. Don't. What about Denny? You don't believe in Denny?
No.
Denny Avdiva?
I don't either. I'm just myself.
There are some good ones. I mean, Denver and Minnesota is going to be a good one.
It will be.
Lakers Rockets is intriguing.
Rockets are going to win that, and the Lakers may win one game. But does Anthony Edwards fold up, or does he show himself? That's the question. Because he'll fold up in a series when he feels like it's out of reach. Just like Luka is always hurt whenever he's getting blown out of something.
True.
Or we can go back to Olympic play, wherever. Luka's going to hit that locker room.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with you there.
Book
Yes,
gets
he can score the ball. Yes, I know that. I have no faith in him to take a team to the finals again.
is he a defender?
No.
No.
Remember, he don't like to get double teamed, so
No.
there you go.
Well, what do we think the chances of OKC repeat?
Huh. They won't. They're gonna have to play one or the other, Denver or San Antonio. They don't have to play both.
I don't even
Well,
think
chances are high.
I don't think they play San Antonio at all in the playoffs.
I'm saying they don't have to. They won't have to beat both. So that is the saving grace for them. Those two teams are gonna have to beat one another and then play OKC. Who's the 3 seed? Denver or
I'm looking.
LA?
Yeah, Denver's a 3 seed.
So Denver first got to get through. Got to beat Minnesota. That should be a 5 to 6 game series there. And then they'll have to go against San Antonio. So OKC's path is either Lakers or Houston.
Yeah, Rockets. Yep.
They'll probably get the Warriors. If the Warriors win out, the Warriors are gonna beat the Clippers. So they'll probably get the Warriors and then have to go
Portland.
Mhm.
The Warriors will have to beat Portland probably.
Yeah. So Warriors, Portland, and Phoenix. Either way, Warriors or Portland. And then they'll have to beat them, Rockets or Lakers. They can beat both of those teams handily. And then it's either Denver or San Antonio in the Western Conference Finals.
So Denver has to play San Antonio.
Yeah, Denver and San Antonio have to play. They're going to have to play each other.
San Antonio's not beating Denver.
But can Denver beat San Antonio and OKC in back-to-back series?
No, it's not gonna happen. But as long as they take out Wemby, everybody's good.
So
it's gonna be fun to watch. I just want to see if San Antonio's down 3-1 or 3-2, does Wemby fold up or does he show himself to be about what he was talking about?
Does he start crying when he gets down 3-1?
Yelling at the refs? Does he start showing it, or does he step up? Because he knows what's basketball and what's good play. And
Lakers lose first round.
yes,
Is JJ fired?
JJ is fired right now anyway.
Really?
Yeah, JJ's gone. There's no
But
way.
they won their division.
Okay.
Damn.
There's a new ownership group in town.
Remember, they fired the previous coach after making it to the second round of the playoffs in his first year.
Yeah, there's a new ownership group. It's time to get this thing out. You don't have time to mess around with a coach that doesn't know how to coach.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you look at it that way.
Yeah, time to go, man. As we used to say in Chicago, it's GO time.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be fun to watch. I'm looking forward to all of this. There's a part of me that wants an OKC Golden State series, but I don't know. I wonder how much Curry, if they get to the playoffs, how much does Curry play? I don't know. Then after the finals are over, we got to start asking ourselves, who's going to play with Curry next year? Because it's not going to be Post and Pozinski.
Because it won't be Jimmy. It might not be Draymond.
Where's LeBron going to go? Is LeBron going to go back to Cleveland for one last swan song?
It'd be really bad basketball to see him play with Donovan Mitchell and Harden.
And James Harden?
That'd be bad. That'd be bad, man. I don't even want to see that.
Well, when they gonna get who's gonna give him $50 million? Cause he has to pay for vet minimum.
And then the second question is, wherever he goes, where's Bronny at? It's gonna be like Giannis brothers.
Lakers G League.
Bronny's got a 3-year deal, so I mean, they have to have somebody want to take the other 2 years of that deal.
That's wild, man. Rumors say Golden State, but it's okay. So let's say he goes to Golden State. You put Curry with Bron, and then who else you got? You got to bring somebody else over. And is Bron gonna get through the season? Like, this is back when the Lakers brought in Gary Payton and Karl Malone. Like, the names on the back of the jerseys are cool, but are they gonna get hurt? Karl Malone got hurt.
I keep forgetting that Gary Payton has a championship from playing in Miami with D Wade.
Yes.
I keep forgetting that.
You ever hit when him and D Wade were arguing with each other on the bench?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, it's late and I gotta work tomorrow.
Huddle, I just want to tell Huddle, man, I could have a 6-hour podcast with you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Huddle just keeps.
If I have to work in the morning,
Man, we gotta have.
I'll stay on for another 30 minutes, but I need to get some sleep.
When do you move again?
I'm not sure when I'll be actually moving.
Okay, we gotta have you back on. We'll check
in. Let everybody know when they can catch you at tomorrow, Huddle.
Yeah, Huddle Card Collection on YouTube, 9 p.m. Tomorrow is really more focused on wrestling. It is our WrestleMania 42 prediction show. So we'll talk some other stuff, but mostly focusing on WrestleMania 42, the first WrestleMania ever without Hulk Hogan.
Oh wow, you're right. Because I remember WrestleMania 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
So hold on. So just so you know, I've gotten FD to watch a little wrestling.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of Last Legend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I tell you, she she's come on really strong lately. I mean, she's better than I thought she was. I think, watching her on NXT, I think when you see her on the big roster, I think I think she's being used better here than she was in NXT. I think they're using her. I mean, I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think they're using her size to her advantage. She should wrestle as a big person, not a 5'1", 120 pound, Alexa Bliss type wrestler. I think they're using her the right way.
But look who she gets to learn from. She gets to learn from Nia Jax. She's been in the ring multiple times with Charlotte Flair, right? So she's been in the ring with Rhea. She's getting to learn from some very good veterans on how to be a big woman. So
yeah,
and they gave her the right finish. That forearm to the face, that's believable.
It works.
Thoughts on Obafemi? I won't have your prevention. Your prediction. Won't spoil it. What's your thoughts on Obafemi versus Brock?
To me, what they have done right now, it's hard to go ahead and have Oba lose. But it wouldn't surprise me if he did. I think they're going to have Oba win just because of the way they are setting everything up. But there is a small part of me, that believes, that Brock wins the first big matchup, and then Obafemi kind of, destroys him. But I think I could see that scenario, but I'm leaning more towards Oba. I'm just surprised that they are putting that one on ESPN.
Yeah, well, that's why I think Oba's losing, because ESPN wants that match. They wanted that match in the first hour because they view Brock as the name that common people know.
Right.
Like FD knows Brock Lesnar. He doesn't know Obafemi.
Yeah.
That's going to be Brock's the hook.
Right.
for people to come watch. And then, but after that, you have the ladder match. After that match.
And that's the part that I don't understand, because it almost makes you believe that the Oba Brock match has to be a short match.
Oh, it will be a short. It's a big man match. It's going to be a short match.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not. You know, it's not even going to go 20 minutes or so, because you're not. Look, the ladder match, the five entrances,
25.
The 5 entrances are going to take 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, stuff like that. So if that match, see, to me, it's a bad thing to look at, because now how many people are going to be watching the clock?
I think
Right?
ESPN wants that match because
7 o'clock. Holy crap, this match is still going on. It's 6:50. In 10 minutes, they switch over just to, you know, ESPN Unlimited. Oh my gosh, it's 6:55. What's going to happen? Are we going to go ahead and get a winner? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm surprised they put that on.
But I think people are going to watch Oba and Brock and then stay for the car crash that will be that ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
That will be a car crash.
Yeah, I think that when you look at what ESPN is trying to do with those 2 matches on Sunday, the ones on Saturday, I don't know how much they bring, but I think the ones on Sunday are the hook.
Mm-hmm.
It's two, because you think about it, it's 2 very different matches. You know, 2 big guys is going to be, you know, big moves and so on and so forth. And then you do the crazy ass stuff. Javon Evans is going to be flying around like he has friggin', you know, wings on, or he has a friggin' rocket up his ass. He's going to be flying all over the place. And that's going to bring a different kind of excitement that's going to maybe want people to say, wow, this is the kind of stuff they're showing. I need to get ESPN Limited. So I can understand why they did those 2 matches, you know, on that day.
I think the build for Brock and Oba has been the best out of any build.
Definitely.
And if you don't know, Oba Femi is a 6'6", 250-pound Nigerian who literally stands eye to eye with Brock Lesnar and has the mass where he does not look. He actually looks like a legitimate threat. Like, your muscles mean nothing, old man.
Yeah.
Because I got muscles too.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's good. I think Oba did a great job with his with his promo last night. I think he did well. I think he was, I'm not going to lie, he was better on the mic than I thought he was going to be. So I was happy to see that. I think the other thing that I'm curious about is there is rumors, and I don't know, I haven't really heard much about it, but there is rumors that Brock's going to hang it up at SummerSlam, because SummerSlam is in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So, but you can't have Oba retire him, and let's say that's the rematch, and Oba retires him, when you somehow put the moniker career killer on another guy, and now you're going to have somebody else end somebody's career. So,
well, I think it'll be Gunther. It's in for SummerSlam. I think that's a better matchup, but to lead to where Gunther and Oba are made, and those are your big monsters. And for that clash to happen probably in 2 years.
But in my opinion, you can't have, if you have Oba destroy him now, then they don't come back together, and Oba needs to destroy him twice, not just once. Like if it's truly that this is the next the next inclination of the beast type figure, right? The Brock Lesnar type figure. Oba can't beat him just once and then not fight him anymore. He has to do it, and then he has to do it again to show, yes, I am the true ruler. I am the guy. I beat him not once, I beat him twice.
I mean, if he beats Brock twice, he has to go to the title picture. and not an intercontinental title. He has to go to the main title picture.
Right.
And there's nobody that's beaten Brock twice in a row in a long time.
No,
And
that's what I'm saying. But that's been the mystique of Brock.
Mhm.
So if your idea is you want to have that same mystique for Oba, you have to go ahead and do that. That's the only, in my opinion, that's the only way you do it. The way the beast incarnate, the 1 in 20 and 1.
Yep. The 1 in 21 and 1. So we'll see.
Yep.
But hey, make sure y'all tune in to Huddle Channel tomorrow to get the full predictions of WrestleMania.
Yes.
We're gonna make sure I'm gonna text FD to watch it free on ESPN.
ESPN 2 on Saturday and then ESPN on Sunday.
I'll check it out for sure.
All right, you guys have a good night.
How about you?
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.